Business has a huge role to play in this, and entrepreneurs in general have a huge role to play. If you're starting a new business, there's some basic things to do, right? Make sure that all the energy that you're using is clean energy, and increasingly there are lots of different ways to be able to do that, whether it's putting solar panels on your own business setting or buying clean energy through the utilities that you're seeking to get your energy source from. But also in terms of the consumption. What are the things that you bring into your business that maybe aren't produced right there? Making sure those are as low carbon as possible throughout the whole supply chain. But I would say the thing that I think is most important for social entrepreneurs, for entrepreneurs in the tech world, for innovators in this space, is actually to direct your innovation spirit, your entrepreneur spirit and drive and wisdom to tackling these problems straight on. Because I do think, I'm a scientist, I work on policy, but I think we need to join forces with the entrepreneurial world, with the innovators of the world, to be able to identify new problems and find solutions that can scale. You know, I get this question a lot. Did climate change cause this hurricane? Did climate change cause this extreme weather? And the reality is that's just not the right question. You know, we have had hurricanes in the past, we will have hurricanes in the future. We've had droughts in the past, we will have droughts in the future. The question is not, did climate change cause a certain specific event? The question is, how has the changing climate changed the weather we're experiencing today? And the answer is, it has changed the weather we're experiencing today. The weather we have today is different because of climate change than it was 50 years ago. There's no doubt in the science about that. That's a statement of fact. Now, the attribution specifically of how it has changed it, that science is still unfolding, but we do know a few things. So for example, on one hand, those places that are traditionally very dry are getting drier. The extremes are increasing. Those places that are very wet are getting wetter. In the case of hurricanes, which is obviously so topical today, specifically, the science suggests that there will not be an increased frequency of hurricanes as a result of climate change. So in other words, those factors that initiate hurricanes are not influenced by the climatic factors that are changing per se. However, the intensity of those storms is increasing. And there's a couple of factors that are driving that intensity. One is heat. So warmer atmosphere means there's more water in the atmosphere. And so when a storm comes, more water can come down in the storm. So that intensifies the storm. But even the energy in that storm also increases the intensity of the winds and the storm surges. And of course, the final issue that will increasingly influence the impact of hurricanes is sea level rise. With sea level rise, the storm surges, of course, increase in those coastal storms, and again intensifies these storms. So there are a number of different factors that are increasing and will continue to increase the intensity of these storms, but the specific attribution of one storm to one hurricane is not the relevant question anyway.